What is up, you two? The World Cup is just around the corner, so today we're going to be predicting how the tournament's going to go, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so in Group A, we've got Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. It's quite a tight group, actually, apart from South Africa, I'd say. I think they're going to finish dead last. The Asian teams have had a bit of a resurgence recently, like South Korea, Japan. Very criminally underrated style of play. They get underrated just because they're not the most physical of teams. South Korea do have Kim Min Jae, who plays at Bayern at the moment. He's quite physical and he's like, I actually rate him very highly. So I'm going to go with South Korea to actually win the group. Mexico have fallen off a little bit. Like, I can't think of any standout players really other than Raul Jimenez in the Premier League. And he's quite past his prime, if we're honest. But like teams do like to step up when it comes to the World Cup at least. And the thing about the World Cup is a lot of national teams they don't all play together at the same like all the time. So tactics and stuff it's more down to passion than it is about tactics really. But obviously tactics come into play a little bit. A lot actually. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna back Czech Republic to come second. They're always like a fairly stable team in tournaments. And then I'll go Mexico, South Africa last. Happy to see South Africa back in the mix. When they were in the 2010 World Cup, they were a bit of a dark horse. That opening 2010 World Cup game still lives rent free in my head. Shabalala goal was amazing. And then Group B, we've got Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland. Switzerland are quite a stable team, quite similar to Czech Republic when it comes to tournaments. I'm going to go with them for the win. It's a bit of a toss up between the next three. Bosnia scraped through. However, they did have a harder qualifying group to go through than Canada, Qatar. So I'm gonna back Bosnia, and then third Canada, fourth Qatar. Qatar, no really notable players. Canada, obviously, they have Alfonso Davies, but I think he might be out injured for the World Cup. We'll see. And then Group C, we've got Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. I think it's quite nailed on that Brazil are going to win that one. Morocco, however, are late winners for the AFCON, quite controversial, but they technically did win it. Well, they made it to the final at least, but yeah, we'll go Morocco second. Hakimi's standout player for them. And then we'll go Scotland third, Haiti to finish last. And then we'll go to Group D, where we've got the US, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. I don't rate the US at all, to be honest. I know they're hosting, and usually the hosting teams like they ramp up a bit, but the US fans, controversial opinion, they're not that like great when it comes to soccer or football obviously, but they call it soccer. I'm gonna go Turkey to win the group. Paraguay, they did all right in the 2010 World Cup. I remember they were quite strong. It's tricky. It's tricky. Actually, I'll go US second, just because they do have the home soil advantage, obviously. Australia third, Paraguay last. Paraguay, no notable players at all, really. And then Group E, I think Germany, they're going to win this one. They have struggled a lot in the recent World Cups, though. Ever since they won in 2014, just fallen off a cliff, like really underperformed. But I think they'll easily win this group. I'm going to go second, Ivory Coast. They obviously have Ahmad from the mighty Manchester United. Or Curacao, I don't know how to pronounce that. That says it all, really. I don't think I genuinely have even heard of this country before this tournament. I'm surprised they even made it in. This is the first World Cup I've ever seen them in. So we'll go Ecuador third, them last. And then Group F, we've got Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. Netherlands, they do have quite a strong spine. You can't forget they have Van Dijk and also Frankie de Jong, but they're just lacking in the striking department, really. Just for the stability at the back, I'll go with them first. Then Japan second. They beat England recently in a friendly. I know it's just a friendly, but like they scored like a brilliant fluid goal. Their technical ability can't be underestimated. However, their defense, physicality not there really. look out for them because I think they'll be a dark horse. And then Sweden and Tunisia, I'll go Sweden third, Tunisia fourth. Sweden quite inconsistent. Tunisia, again, not really any noticeable players for them. And then Group G, oh, Belgium have gone past their golden era really, but I do still see them as just the strongest team in this group. Egypt second. Obviously, they've got Mo Salah, who has fallen off this season, to be fair, but I still think he might carry them through. And then I'll go New Zealand and then Iran. And then Group H, we've got Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. I think Spain's one of the favourites to win the World Cup. So we'll go them first, then Uruguay. Saudi Arabia, they did quite well in the last World Cup, so we'll go them third and Cape Verde fourth. Group I, I'm going to go France, Norway, Senegal, and then Iraq. This will be a very interesting group because we've got Mbappe against Haaland if neither of them are injured. So that'll be quite a spectacle to watch, to be fair. I'm looking forward to that matchup. And then Group J, I'm going to go in the exact order that group's in. So we'll go Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Group K, Portugal. Portugal potentially might win this one, you know. They have such a good midfield. They have Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, and João Neves, which are three of the best midfielders in the world. I'm going to go with them to win. Colombia second, Congo third, and Uzbekistan fourth. I've never seen Uzbekistan in a World Cup before, so that'll be interesting. I don't know any of their players, but yeah, I think this has the most teams out of any World Cup in a group stage ever. I might be completely chatting out my arse, but I don't remember there being this many groups. And then Group L, where obviously we have England. This is the least confident I've been in an England side since like 2018 probably. Like a lot of our key players, they're not really in form, like Bellingham, Foden, even players like Rashford stepped up a little bit recently, but he's basically a bench player for Barcelona. And obviously if we lose Kane, if he doesn't make the tournament through injury or whatever, then we are truly fucked in the striking department. So I'm going to bank on that he's not going to get injured. So we'll go England first, Croatia second. Modric, he's past his prime, but he's still a quality player. Other than that, they've kind of fallen off. And then we'll go, again, same order as this is in. We'll go Ghana and then Panama. And then third place teams, okay. It's the best performing third place teams, isn't it? This is probably the hardest bit. I'm just going to go with the strongest ones here. So we'll go Mexico, Sweden, go Senegal, who are technically the winners of the AFCON. Go Austria, Scotland, back Saudi Arabia to make it, to be fair. Ghana and Australia. I think those teams will make it through. And now this is the favourite part. So to win the round of 32s, so we'll go Germany to beat Scotland, France to beat Australia. Bosnia have Dzeko, obviously. But he's very old now. He's been about a very long time. I'm going to go Czech Republic. They tend to do quite well in these tournaments. And Netherlands, Morocco, I don't think Netherlands have the bottle, to be honest. I'm going to go Morocco. And then Brazil, Japan. Japan could cause an upset here. Don't underestimate this game. Like, Brazil aren't as good as people make them out to be. However, they do have Vinicius. They've got Casemiro. They have Cunha, Rafinha. Yeah, I think Brazil will just be too strong for Japan. And Ivory Coast, Norway. I back the Haaland and Odegaard combination. They also have Sorloth, who's an underrated player. So we'll go Norway to win that one. And then we've got South Korea, Saudi Arabia. Okay. South Korea to win that one. However, again, don't underestimate Saudi Arabia. I think it was because they were on home soil in the last one, technically. South Korea to win that one. And England versus Senegal. I think England will win, but I reckon that one will be tight. And then we've got Colombia against Croatia. Back Croatia to win that one. Spain, Algeria, Spain. Turkey against Sweden. I reckon Sweden will pull through on that one. Belgium against Mexico. Ooh. Yeah, I'll back Belgium for this one. KDB's a bit past it, but Doku has done quite well this season. Argentina against Uruguay. Argentina. US versus Egypt. Yeah, I'm going to back Egypt on that one. I just don't rate the US at all. And then we've got Switzerland against Austria. I'll back Switzerland to beat Austria then. I nearly said Australia. And then we've got Portugal against Ghana. Portugal nailed on winners for me. And round of 16, Germany, France. What a matchup. Yeah, France, I think. As long as nothing happens to Mbappe, or even if something does, I still think they'll be good. And we've got Czech Republic against Morocco. I back Morocco to beat them. Brazil against Norway. Oh, I think Brazil would just be too much for Norway in this one. But Norway could cause an upset. Yeah, I'm just going to go with my instincts and just say Brazil. South Korea, England. Again, like, it will probably be a tight one, but I think England will beat South Korea there. Croatia against Spain. Spain to win that one. Sweden, Belgium. Ooh, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I think Sweden is just too inconsistent for me. I'm just going to go Belgium for this one. And then Argentina, Egypt. Argentina. Switzerland, Portugal. Portugal to win that one. Now, finally, okay, this is taking forever, but we're into the quarterfinals. France, Morocco, I think France will take the win in that one. Spain, Belgium, Spain to win that one. Brazil, England. I hate to say it, but I think this is probably where England will crash out. Like, I'm really not confident this year at all. I'm going to go Brazil. And then Argentina, Portugal. I think Portugal, yeah, I think Portugal will win this one. I know Argentina won the last World Cup, but Portugal is so strong at the moment. Bruno Fernandes is basically in his prime, and he'll be lethal for them. And then in the semi-finals, we've got Spain against France. Rodri was such a key player for them in the Euros, and he's kind of fallen off a cliff. Like, he's kind of past his prime ever since he got injured. But he was such a key player for them. And then France, I need to double check this. Yeah, so it's like, so they've got Kante still rocking about in their team, and he's still a decent player. He's just, again, past his prime. I think Spain will only just beat France, make it to the final. Brazil, Portugal. Again, I back Portugal to win. Third place match, I'm gonna go with France to come in third, and then for the almighty final, I think Portugal, or imagine Portugal win. Then it's like the Ronaldo Messi debate will still be up for debate, even though Messi won the last World Cup. Like, they have such a strong team this year. Yeah, what story that would be. I'm going to go Portugal to win the World Cup. So we've got Portugal to win, Spain runner up, third France, fourth Brazil. It could be any of those teams to win it, really. But yeah, I back Portugal in this one. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that. And yeah, let me know what you think down below. Peace.